And as we continue on down through our Porches and Parlors district, we're now passing the historic Susquehanna Plantation, built in 1825 in St. Mary's County, Maryland, where they had 700 acres under cultivation for corn, wheat, and of course tobacco. All the way to your left, the stone building is the Cotswold Cottage, one of the oldest buildings here at Greenfield Village, built in 1620 in Chedworth, England. At the time, it was known as the Rose Cottage, and was a very special Valentine's present from Henry Ford to his wife Clara in 1934 when they brought it here to Greenfield Village. At the end of the road on the other side of our Ferris windmill, that's the Daggett Farm, a living history farm from 1754 in Andover, Connecticut. Stop in and see how Samuel Daggett and the family lived and worked on the farm prior to the American Revolution. And this afternoon out here in the front yard, they're brewing beer. And we're now passing by the latest addition to Greenfield Village. It's our brand new horse paddock down here at Hawthorne Glade. When the horses need a day off, this is where we bring them. And besides the ducks, they're also being visited today by some of our wild turkeys. The locomotive at the head of our train today is the Torch Lake. It's a coal-fired steam engine built way back in 1873 at the Mason Works in Taunton, Massachusetts. The Torch Lake is a Mason bogie, and at 148 years old, it's the oldest regularly operated steam locomotive in the country. And just like Thomas, it's a tank engine. That's right, it carries its own coal and water supply right on the engine itself and doesn't require a separate tender. The Torch Lake weighs in at 35 tons. So now, folks, let's take a moment to sit back and relax and enjoy the sights and sounds of railroading, as it was in the late 1800s and early 1900s. There was the blowdown, where we're blowing out any additional scale or sediment building up in the boiler. in Walnut Grove, on the backside of our Churches and Parlors district, it's where we host many of our special events throughout the year. And beginning Thursday night, it's the scariest special event of the year. It's Halloween at Greenfield Village. Every Thursday through Sunday night in October, the village will be filled with ghosts and ghoulies and goblins, and great scary fun for trick-or-treaters of all ages. And backed by popular demand, it's the Halloween Express, a spooky train ride all around the village. And this year, we're adding our Fall Flavors Festival to the mix. It all begins Thursday night, Halloween at Greenfield Village. It's the Henry Ford Academy. Henry Ford Academy is a charter school here in Wayne County. Students attend for free but are chosen by lottery. This portion of the campus houses the 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. 9th graders attend class at the Henry Ford Museum. Just up ahead, you'll see 3 attached rail cars. They serve as classrooms for the senior class. Imagine that, going to class in a rail car. On your left is the Swanee Lagoon. It's a rainwater catch basin. We use it for flood control here at the village. More importantly, though, it's the home to Godzilla, one of the biggest turtles you'll ever see. That old boy's been swimming in these waters since 1929. Also on your left, at the top of the hill, a popular wedding spot. That's the Martha Mary Chapel, named after Henry Ford's mother and mother-in-law, Martha and Mary, of course. Also on your left, it's the Taste of History, a cafeteria-style restaurant. This year featuring a special menu based on recipes from some of our historic sites, like the Daggett Farm, the Firestone Park, and the Burbank House. Eagle Tavern next door is closed for the season, but there is a presenter out on the front porch to tell you all about it. And that brings us to our next stop of the day, and that's Smith's Creek Station. From here you have full access to Railroad Junction, Main Street, and Liberty Craft Works. If you're leaving us here, please stay seated until the train comes to a complete stop. And I give you the go-ahead to exit on the left side only. Smith's Creek Station is your stop for Main Street and the Carousel, as well as Railroad Junction and the Roundhouse. And you're just a few short steps away from Liberty Craft Works and Henry's Model T. So again, everyone, please stay seated until the train comes to a complete stop. The engineer will give a blast of the whistle, and that means the air brake is set. At that point, I'll give you the go-ahead you hear the whistle blow. We're still moving. Wait for the whistle, everyone. And as we continue on now through Railroad Junction, we're about to pass the historic Smiths Creek Depot. Originally built in 1858 in Smiths Creek, Michigan, about 8.5 miles southwest of Port Huron. Where as a boy, Thomas Edison worked for the Grand Trunk Railroad, selling treats and newspapers along the way from Port Huron to Detroit and back again. And coming up on your left, inside that fenced-in area, is the new home to the vegetable building from the Detroit Central Market. Built right here in Detroit in 1861. And it's coming soon to Greenfield Village. And that brings us to the heart of our Railroad Junction district. Just up ahead are Detroit, Toledo, and Milwaukee Roundhouse, where we repair and maintain our 3 coal-fired steam locomotives. Originally built in 1884 in Marshall, Michigan, it was recreated here at Greenfield Village in the year 2000, using elements from the original building. On the other side of the Roundhouse is our Liberty Craftworks district, where artisans and craftsmen create beautiful objects in glass and pottery, tin and weaving. There's a print shop and a sawmill as well. And don't miss the Davidson Gerson Glass Gallery with a spectacular collection of industrial glass. While you're over here, stop by the Liberty Craftworks store. Maybe take home a few of these beautiful items for yourself. And we're now entering our Working Farms district. And just beyond the red cider mill is the Firestone Park, the birthplace of Harvey Firestone, Henry Ford's great friend, and the father of the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company of Akron, Ohio. History Barn, the farmhouse built in 1828 in Columbiana County, Ohio. If you get a chance, stop by the barn today and check out the farm animals. Maybe buy some food on Firestone Farm is a real operating farm. Our farm hands are out in the fields today using tools, implements, and techniques they used way back in the mid-1800s. And just beyond the cornfield is our next stop of the day. That's Firestone Station at the front gate. Here you have full access to working farms, Main Street, Liberty Craftworks, and Henry's Bottle Tea. Leaving us here. Please stay seated until the train comes to a complete stop. The engineer will give a blast of the whistle, which means the air brake is set. Then I'll give you the go-ahead to exit on the right side only. So please stay seated, everyone, till you hear the whistle blow. Wait for the whistle, everybody. And then